Ryan Taylor brings you the fifth installment of his weekly column Taylor's Tuesday Transfers. The clock is ticking and there are just 17 days to go until the 2021-22 Premier League campaign gets underway as Brentford make their top-flight debut at home to Arsenal. As anticipated after Euro 2020, transfer business is now rife as clubs prepare to get their squads in order, and while the window does not close until August 31, matches are expected to slow negotiations once the season kicks off. Tottenham, Liverpool, Fulham, Leicester, Newcastle, Manchester City, Celtic and Burnley all feature in this week's edition of Taylor's Tuesday Transfers. Joachim Andersen is set to join Crystal Palace on a permanent deal from Lyon, but the Dane came close to joining Tottenham. During the end of his stay with Fulham last season, the player's reps held extensive talks with Tottenham, and there was optimism that he would be playing his football in North London next season. However, Spurs made it clear that any final decision would rest with their new manager, who was yet to be appointed, while Fabio Paratici has also since arrived as the club's new technical director. The Italian and Nuno Espirito Santo instead decided to pursue alternative targets including Jules Koundé and Christian Romero of Atalanta. Now Palace have pounced and are set to secure the signing of the Lyon centre-back for an initial £19 million. Andersen was always keen on staying in the Premier League and particularly London after a hugely positive experience in England with the Cottagers despite their relegation to the Championship. Liverpool have managed to successfully negotiate a 15% sell-on clause in the deal that has seen Harry Wils0n join Fulham. The move is an initial loan that will become permanent for around £12 million in 2022. Wils0n was determined to make the grade at his boyhood side Liverpool, but there was mutual feeling between both the club and player that this was the right time to move on. The Welshman's figures during his three previous loan spells with Cardiff, Bournemouth and Derby respectively suggest Liverpool's move to secure a sell-on clause could prove to be a masterstroke further down the line. Newcastle are set to maximise their use of the loan market this summer. The Magpies are working on a restricted budget and are unlikely to raise much cash through player sales. Premier League clubs cannot register more than 2 players on loan at one time and can only borrow a maximum of 4 players in one season. Furthermore, loaning 2 players from the same club is completely off-limits. Newcastle's top loan target is last season's MVP Joe Willock, who equalled Alan Shearer's club record 7-game Premier League scoring streak.